Hello and welcome back to today's episode of the What is K-Pop podcast, in which I talk all things K-pop, mainly, unless I just suddenly decided I want to talk about whatever it is that I want to talk about. And then that's what happens. Today we're going to be talking about KickFlip, which is the currently pre-debut group under JYP Entertainment, consisting of 4 members from the Loud Survival show that has taken forever for them to debut, the poor pets, but they will be debuting on the 20th of January. Today's the 6th, which is when they released their pre-debut single, and it came out technically yesterday for me, but I've not listened to it yet. Mainly, but not because I don't want to, but because I just it is often that I'm trying to think of an excuse, and I'm like, actually no, there isn't an excuse for it. I just haven't. So that is that on that. I know that there are going to be a few questions about what my opinion is on the fact that they haven't debuted for a very long time. And quite honestly, I'm just it probably is that the JYP wanted a bigger group. They weren't able to have a bigger group. They only had 5 members from Loud, but I'm sure they wanted to have a bigger group to debut with, and they just didn't find people that they wanted to debut until now. Honestly, I did not think that those kids were going to ever debut. I don't know why I'm saying kids, because they're similar ages to me, and none of them are exactly kids, but you know what I mean. So KickFlip are going to be making their debut. Not gonna lie, the name is kind of dumb, but you know what? I thought Zero Base One's name was kind of dumb when I first heard it, and so was Kepler's. But to be fair, Kepler's name has always been kind of stupid to me, let alone time. That name will never not be stupid to me. Yeah. Also, the perspective of the K Profiles website is still really weird on my laptop, and I don't know whether or not I can fix that, so we're gonna have to keep on doing the little arrow keys to try and get it to do it. Also, I accidentally uploaded my episode on the wrong day. It was meant to come out tomorrow, but it came out today instead. Obviously a few days ago from when you're listening to this, but I am now embarrassed. Oops. Oh well, to be fair, there's nothing bad about me just uploading whenever I want to. It's my podcast. I can do whatever I want. So KickFlip has 7 members: Kei-hoon, Amura, Donghua, Jungwan, Minji, Keiju, and Donghyun. They will obviously debut on the 20th of January with their first mini album, Flip It, Kick It. Now, there has been a little bit of drama. So, as you know, there was another group under JYP called GOT7. Their leaders, JB, his birthday is today, the 6th of January, and they're debuting on the day that GOT7 are making their comeback, their 3-year comeback. And I'm like, obviously it's just speculation on my part, but the thing is that they were meant to release their pre-debut track on the 1st of January. So I assume that they were supposed to release this on the 1st of January, even not June, 1st of January. And then they were supposed to be releasing their debut on 13th or the 14th. So I don't really think it's really a trying to get under GOT7's skin sort of thing. It's more, this is an insanely bad coincidence that this is happening. I don't think that companies, they necessarily do things maliciously in those sorts of terms a lot of the time. Obviously you can think differently about companies and stuff, and feel free to call me a company stan. I don't care. I'm not. Firstly, I don't give a shit about the companies, to be fair, because I'm okay, well, you're making I'm focused more on the groups' music rather than the drama that comes around the group. Yes, I do talk about it and I do give my opinions, but I don't really, at the end of the day, I don't lose sleep over it. You know what I mean? I often tell my parents about it and they're just well, are you upset about this? And I'm no, not really. Don't really give a shit, do I? Also, I have the burps at the moment. Ugh, I had a pizza for my lunch and yeah, I'm regretting it. Also, speaking of before we actually talk about the members, just real quickly, I potentially might have double dosed myself on citalopram this morning because I dropped it. I dropped one of my pills. This citalopram pill that was in my pill counter. And then my dad was like, oh, can you just go get mum's pills for her? And so I potentially might have taken, I don't think I had, but I might have taken an additional pill from my box and stuff and taken it. And then I might have taken it again because I did take another one. I remember that. But the thing is that I'm pretty damn sure that I would have remembered something like that. I'm pretty sure I just carry on scrolling on my phone. So I'm sure I'm fine. But it's one of those things that I'm like now just like perpetually a little bit anxious now. But not to worry, we'll be fine. Don't worry, it's such a small dose that it's fine, it will be fine. But I'm pretty sure I didn't actually take an additional one. No, that's what I'm going through this morning. Or today, I should say, because it's no longer morning. So, what does kickflip mean? I'm pretty sure we all know what kickflip means, but it comes from a skateboarding term when someone flips the board 60 degrees along, like it just basically like flips it over. And then like you land then back on the board and carry on skateboarding it in skateboarding. It's a common thing in skateboarding for you to learn to do for like one of the first things that you learn to do. And yeah, they have like that skateboarding sort of concept, and it kind of gives me a little bit of like Rise's debut song, Get a Guitar. They had like a scene in the skateboard park, and it reminded me of that. Obviously it has nothing really to do with Rise and SM and all that stuff, but it was something that I kind of remembered. Also, we do sort of know the dorms, but it hasn't been updated since 2021. Apparently, Gaehyun has his own room, and Amura, Keiju, and Donghyun are together, but obviously they would have moved dorms since then and then moved in together with all of the other kickflip members. Yeah. Also, when I was in this place called the Pottery Painting Cafe, which is in my town that I live in, and me and my sister, we were painting something for my dad's birthday, which is actually on the 19th. And I had finished painting, and I was just sitting there, and I went on my phone and I actually saw these pictures, and I was like, oh my god, their visuals are like so good. Like, I love it already. And I saw Kaehyun, which is Gahyun, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna love this group. Their visuals are so nice. And let's get on with it. Kaehyun, I'm not too sure about how to pronounce these things. Obviously, I've mentioned it before. Terrible pronunciation. His name is Lee Gaehyun. They don't currently have a leader, I don't think. Quite a lot of 5th gen groups are actually doing that, and I kind of like it. Because it means that the members do just they can just be whatever they themselves. I don't know, they're not really dictated by their positions. Kind of like it. I don't know. He was born on the 16th of September 2004, making him a Virgo and a monkey, and he was born on Jeju Island, South Korea. I plan to do a episode on all of like the idols that come from like Jeju, Seoul, Busan, Ikkyu, the other places around like Japan, America, Canada. There's an idol who like comes from the UK too, and I love it. And I'm gonna do an episode on it. To be fair, it doesn't take much to excite me, but yeah. But he later moved to Seoul, and he has an older brother born in 2000. Oh my god, they must have. I'm going to assume that the older brother was born in like very early 2003, and obviously he was born in September because like then that would kind of make sense in like my mind, thinking about like having 2 under 2. It's like this common concept that you should never have 2 children under the age of 2 because they're so difficult to deal with at that age, or at least like it takes a lot of effort to deal with kids under the age of 2, and like having 2 under 2 is like pure hell on earth. But obviously, if you have 2 kids under the age of 2 years old, then you know you do you know you just deal with it the best you can. But I'm like, oh wow, I could never imagine having 2 kids under the age of 2 years old. Like, we have 2 cats, and we got Jelly at this time 2 years ago. early 2023. And then we got Petal towards the end of 2023. So we had 2 cats that were then like very, very young, and they were terrors to deal with for the first 2 months after we had gotten Petal, because Jelly did not like her in the slightest. So yeah, that was certainly interesting, yeah, to say the least. Back to Ki-Hyun. He actually passed the auditions with JYP Entertainment in 2015. Apparently, he was also in an open audition in 2016. So he might have been training for 10 years. Oh my god. And obviously, he was a part of Loud. Sometimes I do wonder. I am actually really curious as to why they took so long to debut these kids. I don't know why I keep on saying kids, because they're not even kids. You know what I mean. I'm just like, why? Why did you take so long? Next one we have is Amura, Mitsuyuki Amura. He was born on the 21st of October 2005, making him a Libra and a Rooster. And he was born in Saitama, Japan. And he was also in Loud. And we've got an ad that's just popped up. And he was under YG Entertainment and trained with Asahi and Haruto from Treasure, and Mashiho when he was still under the company. And he writes in his notebook as to why, when he's stressed, about why he's stressed. I should probably do that, but it would just be full of waiting for something bad to happen. No, I've just, and you've just got loads and loads of thoughts in your mind. It's just constant. It's like a hamster wheel of stress. It's horrible. Don't recommend. Next member we have is Donghua, Lee Donghua. He was born on the 16th of March, 11th of March, 2006, making him a Pisces and a dog, and he's interested in fashion and renewed his contract with JYP twice as a trainee. Well, I guess because a lot of the time, when you have a trainee contract, you would think that they have an indefinite one, but no, I don't really think that they would do. If you want to, I guess you can say want to have a contract for this much time, and if things don't really want to work out, I want to move to a different company, if that's all right. But yeah, it's that expectation of just if you have a contract, you have to make sure that you debut a group within that trainee's contract. So I kind of wonder how enough that worked. So he had 3 contracts as a trainee. Obviously, the one he started with, then he renewed, went on, renewed again, and then has since debuted. Next one we have is Jungwon Jang Ju Wang. He was born on the 2nd of May 2006, making him a Taurus and a dog. And he is into tumbling and athletics, and he is good at cooking, eating delicious food, and doing fitness as hobbies, which is good. We stand that. Next one we have is Minji, Choi Min-ji. He was born on the 12th of May 2006, also making him a Taurus and a dog. And he can speak English, and he likes to do jump rope, so skipping and handwriting. And he's been a JYP trainee since August 2021. I do wonder if perhaps maybe they thought Minji should be a Minji, I don't know. I guess they were he should be a part of this group, but also we've got to train him for a whole minute. So he was a trainee for 3.5 years. Because, and this is really, really bad, I've been a K-pop fan for nearly 4 years. So whenever I see something in relation to 2021, I'm like, oh my god, that was a very long time ago. That was 4 years ago, or however long that was ago, because it's such a poignant time of my life. I got chucked out of school at that point. If you haven't watched my episode all about me, you won't know this, but I got chucked out of school at the start of March of 2021, and just at the end of February is when I got into K-pop a bit, and I was doing therapy at the time, so it was all kind of culminating into one. And then I obviously left school, did therapy for a few more weeks, but K-pop has just kind of stayed as one of those things that I've been major league into. And then obviously I was aware of Loud as a show and stuff, and so I've been following along with all of that stuff and been when is this group going to debut, just as much as everyone else was at the time. Yeah. You probably already knew that, but Next one we have is Keiju Okamoto Keiju. He was born on the 4th of October 2006, making him a Libra and a dog, and he was also a loud contestant. He was born in Tokyo, Japan. He can speak Japanese and Korean, and Amira helps him with his Korean, and he's a cat person. We support, we stand, we love. And last but not least, we have Donghyun. Donghyun, he was born on Husmakne, born on the 13th of March 2007, making him a Pisces and a pig. And he was born in Junggu in Daegu, South Korea, and has an older sister born in 2004. And former ice hockey player. That's cool. And he was also a loud contestant. But anyways, I do hope that they do well. And I will listen to their pre-debut single. But what I mainly do is that with these new groups, particularly with a group that I don't particularly want to listen to unless like their song kind of falls into my part in the algorithm, is that I'll wait to see if it's being used in like shorts and reels and stuff. Quite a lot of live songs I've ended up listening to quite a bit on reels. Cat's Eyes Touch was on a reel or something, so I was like, oh, what song's this? So yeah, that's mainly how I decide whether or not I should listen to a new song from a group that I've not really listened to much before. But obviously I do hope they do well. They are Stray Kids' Hubeis. I had to think about that just then. But obviously we've had next the group from Missy Project come out as like a boy group since Stray Kids and Boy Story, which is a Chinese boy group that have I talked about them? I think I have. I genuinely do think I have. And I think that's it for boy groups. And we've had ITZY and Mix, Niju. Yeah, I think those are the only. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I can't. Here's the thing, is that there are so many groups. There is like almost too many groups to kind of keep track of. And like normally I'm just like, yeah, add a few more groups into the mix. Just into the mix and I'll remember them all. I'm like, no I don't. I actually don't remember them that well. But yeah, thank you as always for listening. Support KickFlip if you want to, but if not, then it's all good. You know, it's just life. You can't always like everything that you're presented with. Moving forward, I would like to start perhaps looking back on like previous groups' releases and reviewing them, saying what my favorite track is from that release. So I might start on 80s and kind of just pick and choose which groups discography I want to talk about. Also, I'd love to talk about Meowth, but I might wait until they've released a few more songs. But yeah, no, that is my kind of plan-ish moving forward. At the end of each month, I've decided that I'm going to be doing like a review on all the things I felt are most important that have happened within the month. So obviously, if you don't see an event on there that you wanted to see, then chances are is that I didn't think it was important, but that doesn't mean that I'm disrespecting your opinion on that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's everything that was kind of going to be happening moving forward in 2025 with the podcast. Also, there'll be like dotted in random groups that I want to talk about, like Girls Aloud, the Atomic Kitten, the girl group from England, and yeah, that will be everything I think for today. Like I said before, thank you for listening. Support KickFlip, support all of JYP's groups, and I will. Yeah, Feature also debuted, but we don't talk about them. I'm scared to talk about them. But yeah, thank you as always, and I will talk to you guys again on Tuesday. Bye.